some breaking news that is coming in. The AIADMK Neta who compared journalists to dogs has been expelled from the AIADMK. That's the big breaking story. We have Pooja Prasanna, our South Bureau Chief, joining us on the phone line with more details. Pooja.
Well, just a few minutes ago, Krishna, I spoke to the IT cell secretary. He did a strong saying that this is not the party line and the party will take action. It has been brought to the High Command notice. And just a few minutes after that, this news coming in that Hari Prabhakaran has finally been expelled because, like I was mentioning earlier, he's a repeat offender. And even now, the so-called apology that has come out from his handle is barely one. In fact, if anything, it is insulting because in the previous tweets, he's gone on to justify what he said, saying that those who shout for biscuits are dogs and just going on to make matters worse. So this action is the least that could have been expected. Hari Prabhakaran, who has time and again made some very offensive and abusive comments on social media against journalists and even sometimes against opposition, has now been expelled by the IT wing of AIADMK. But Krishna, what remains to be seen is his primary membership of the party still intact, or has he been expelled even from that?
Pooja Prasanna, our South Bureau Chief, joining us with the latest breaking news update. We've been tracking the story very closely. Hari Prabhakaran of the AIADMK tweeting out, comparing journalists to dogs. Massive backlash, nationwide anger against this AIADMK Neta. He was forced to delete the tweet, and Pooja, his half-hearted apology clearly, being completely trashed by the party itself because this is, even if he did give a full apology, there should be no guarantee that he will be forgiven.
You mean, what was he talking about? There was a bit of an outrage that journalists were not allowed inside when Deputy CM of Tamil Nadu, O. Paneerselvam, was visiting the families of the injured and the deceased in Tuticorin. And when this was taken up by some journalists on social media, asking why, when the party supporters and other henchmen of the party leaders were allowed inside the hospital, then why not journalists? At this time, Hari Prabhakaran dashed out, calling them dogs. In fact, in one tweet, went on to say that dogs, like journalists, should be tied to the gates of the hospital and should not be let inside. If this had not gone unpunished, if this has gone unpunished, I beg your pardon, then it would be a very, very strong message that the AIADMK, in fact, does endorse this kind of absolute low comments on part of their IT wing joint secretary. A little while ago, when I spoke to his reporting authority, Mr. Swaminathan, he clearly said that this is not something that the party believes in, and they will take action to communicate the same to the people. Because let's remember, the party has already faced a lot of backlash ahead of that massive massacre that took place in Tuticorin just a few days ago, where 13 people lost their lives after shootouts. And in fact, after that, the handling of the entire situation by the Tamil Nadu government too has been under heavy criticism. And at a time when even the opposition tomorrow in the assembly session plans to take this up very seriously, the party can do away with is more backlash by journalists and media, and perhaps keeping that in mind is why they've gone ahead and expelled Hari Prabhakaran from the IT cell.
Right. Pooja Prasanna, South Bureau Chief, for joining us for that big breaking news update. Thank you, Pooja.